Hello, Wobbly Phil here. Not a week goes by without me being entertained and informed by all you knowledgeable people out there in YouTube land. In the lively comments section, you're always suggesting classic and rare motorcycles that you'd like me to apply the 3 Phils treatment to. So a big thank you to Nick Hall 5959 for suggesting I take a look at not the Kawasaki Z1, no, we all know about that, but its lesser known baby brother, the Z2. Just what compels folk to shell out $85,000 for a Z2? Let's find out. Being a wrinkly rider who first got his leg over a two-wheeled machine in the mid-1970s, there was a positive plethora of superbikes to excite us teenagers strutting out in our platform shoes and flared jeans. The Commando, Trident and Bonneville, Yamaha's RD series, Honda's CB750, Suzuki's. Kawasaki, though, blew our socks off when they launched the Z1 in 1972. Numbers like 80 bhp, 130 miles per hour, and 900 cc were whispered with wonderment. And the first time we heard one ride past the school, probably during another dull double maths, us motorcycle nerds would glance at each other and smirk. But what we didn't know back then was that the 900cc Z1 had a 750cc baby brother, the Z2. The Z2, sometimes known as the Z750, was also an inline 4-cylinder machine with double overhead cams. But it wasn't just a 900 that had shrunk in the wash. It was carefully engineered to mimic the Z1. Enthusiasts claim it was therefore streets ahead of Honda's contemporary 750 offering, the CB750, and that it outsold Honda's bike in Japan by about 10%. The reason it never shared the global limelight with the Z1 was because you could only buy it in Japan, where there was a prohibition at the time on selling bikes over 750cc. Launched in 1973 and available in any colour as long as it was candy orange and root beer brown, it had 70 ponies on tap and a claimed top speed of 118 miles per hour. Like other bikes made for Japanese roads, early models had a red light on the speedo to warn riders they were going above 50 miles per hour, because that was the speed limit for motorcycles in Japan at the time. Yep, 50 miles per hour, even on highways. There are thought to be only about 30 Z2s still in existence, in the US at least. Folklore has it that US servicemen stationed in Japan in the 1970s bought these bikes for day-to-day riding, and then shipped them back home when their tour of duty was over. That makes them ultra-rare, and prices have also been driven up by Japanese collectors who are keen to repatriate them to a land where anime heroes ride Z2s. At the January 2024 Las Vegas Mecum motorcycle sale, one of the biggest bike auctions in the US, a Z2 went for an eye-watering $85,000, but its provenance was queried by the Cycle Drag YouTube channel, which covers all these sales in depth. And the short story is the buyer was refunded, with the Z2 declared inauthentic and returned to the seller. There's some dispute as to what actually happened, but it seemed Mecum asked the owner to make the vehicle identification number, or VIN, on the headstock a bit more legible ahead of the auction. To comply, the owner seemingly ground off the powder coating that was obscuring the VIN, took a photo, but then lightly painted over it so as not to have bare metal showing. Eventually, the Z2 with the questionable VIN was sold privately for a lot less, according to Cycle Drag. And it didn't stop more Z2s coming up for auction at this January's Mecum sale, where coincidentally the world record price for any motorcycle ever was set for this 1915 Cyclone V-twin.
And you have just witnessed the first ever motorcycle to sell for $1 million plus.
The Z2s went for a bit less, at around $20,000 up to almost $50,000 US dollars. By 1978, it was all over for the Z2. It kind of morphed into the Z750 FX, but that wasn't the real Z2 deal. I couldn't find any Z2s for sale anywhere. This one at a dealership in Japan had flown out the door, even though it was extremely ratty looking. I found another which was auctioned by Bonhams for £11,730, but that was nearly 14 years ago. Or you can get a model on eBay for $200. I guess most of them are enjoying retirement wrapped up in hermetically sealed containers in underground storage facilities, surrounded by security guards, CCTV, and barbed wire. Nowadays, you can buy a modern classic two-cylinder 650 from Kawasaki starting at £7,800, but you'll have to demonstrate that you can pronounce retrovolution properly first. You can check out the Z2 at the Kawasaki Good Times World Exhibition Center in Japan, or why not go online and take their "What kind of Kawasaki product are you?" test. It turns out I'm a rotary snowplow. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing to let YouTube know we're doing something right here at 3 Phils. Thank you.